Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor Unchained. So in this video today, I want to talk about a little bit about Bitcoin. I want to cover a few major altcoins that, I covered on the channel a few times in the past, but just a little bit of the overall market. So let's do it. So we got Bitcoin sitting at still around 58,000 right now. 58.1. So currently, we got Bitcoin still looking like it's got some lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. I'm kidding, it's not going that low. I'd hope not. But again, we're continuously seeing lower highs, lower lows on Bitcoin. And you can kind of draw this out, like this momentum. So this momentum is not going to last forever. But what I do want to see to really start to see some sort of real bullish confirmations, is if we do, let's say at current levels here, if we do see a nice break out of this and a push up, and then we have this previous this previous lower high. Okay, my fault. I don't know what that was. But anyways, if we see this lower high or higher low broken to the upside, it comes back down and then back up. That's going to be some confirmation for me, in my opinion, to see at least some sort of uptrend, kind of really start to begin. Because that's just going to be, at least from a high time frame, this would be on a daily. That's something very good that I'd want to see. So again, this chart, it's probably not going to play out exactly like that, not even close. But that's if we maintain somewhat current levels here. Which at the same time, like I said, we could bounce up one more time, kind of jump into this potential liquidity area. And maybe we do dump one more time to then continue, this short-term downside as well. But I think the worst case, I don't know why I get the hiccups now. Worst case, we bounce around here, come down a little bit more at the lowest, maybe low 50s would be the worst that we tested again, something like that. If we're going to see heavy downside, in September, September has been known to be a pretty trash year for basically all markets, right? But I still believe from now, no matter what Bitcoin does, if it goes up, bounces, does whatever, or just comes all the way down, still going to be the time to be loading up on your favorite altcoins. You want to build conviction in some of those top altcoins, and some of those, those can be anything that you really come to like, whether it's because of the team, you believe in the team, or the founder, which a lot of projects have, doxed founders out. Some NFT projects, kind of like Sappy Seals or, Utes and D-Gods, something like that, where you look up to the founder, because they're very present, they're very active. That would be for like NFTs and meme coin side of stuff, even though, Sappy Seals building, a legit project. You can look up to the founder like that. I know there's probably some crypto teams you can look up to, even like Ethereum with Vitalik or Vitalik, whatever his name is, or however you pronounce it. Charles Hoskinson for Cardano. So whatever you can find a true belief in and build conviction in, regardless of price, those are going to be the coins that you want to continue to stack and continue to add. Like, you don't need to have a portfolio of 25 different meme coins, 10 different AI coins, 15 different RWA coins. Like, sometimes all it takes, guys, is legitimately 1, 2, 3, a couple coins to really, pull a nice 10, 20, 30, 40x, but with size, versus, risking very little in one coin. You're aiming to get, a 10x, 100x out of it, right? But the reason why I had Ondo up is because Ondo is a killer project for RWAs. It's on a downtrend now. But Ondo is like a perfect example for something that, you could build conviction in. Whether you already have believed in it for a while, or this is new to you. Ondo kind of works hand in hand with BlackRock in a lot of ways. But in my opinion, I don't think BlackRock's gonna let Ondo just die out like that. You know what I mean? It's on a correction. And basically, what I also mean by conviction is you could buy this. You could have bought this at 120. You could have bought it at 70 cents. You're still down on your investment, but you're still buying. You're still buying because at the end of the day, you know that in a year when we look back at these charts, these are just going to be small dips. And eventually we're going to have a major run for a lot of different coins. Mainly the top coins in each narrative will have a nice run. They may pull 5x, 10x, 15x gains, maybe even more, in comparison to what a lot of the mid caps can do. Things sitting in between 50 million to like 2 to 300 million, whatever. Those obviously can do a lot higher and a lot more gains in retrospect in comparison to something like Ondo that's already at almost $1 billion in market cap, or already at $1 billion, right? And then same thing with AI. If you're looking at Tau or BitTensor and Render, still very strong projects. But same thing, they're not going to pull as insane of gains as probably a lot of lower cap stuff. But again, it's very good to build conviction and build bags in some of these top projects. I do really believe in both Render and BitTensor. Render's still probably my favorite coin, or my favorite large cap coin of the cycle. And even Solana as well. Like, as far as a major cap, obviously Solana is one of the largest coins in crypto by market cap. So, it's not really going anywhere anytime soon. But, it's, one second, I do have this range drawn. Kind of range bound inside this area here. But, yeah, like I said, I think building conviction in some of those coins is going to be very key going forward. And yeah, outside of that, pretty sure I don't know if I covered the Fear and Greed Index because it is at 29 right now, and I'm actually going to close Trading View. But the Fear and Greed is at 29. Literally last month it was at 17, guys. You want to be buying when the fear is very prominent in the market, because you don't want to be playing catch up in 2 months from now, when now you finally get all that confirmation that, market's looking good, the election was bullish, Fed meetings bullish, this, that, and that, the other thing, bullish. Because at that point, when everything is already priced in and the bullishness is priced in, you're already going to be missing the boat on a ton of your favorite coins. If you've been waiting to jump into your favorite coins, now would be the time when it's very uncertain. Because what you're betting on is basically, you're betting on things getting a lot more bullish in the short term and long term. And you're betting on yourself at the most reasonable levels of pricing. And you're betting on yourself in the uncertainty, because that's usually a sign for you to jump into assets, is when you get that literal disgust in your stomach and you're like, why in hell am I buying these digital magic coins when they're literally going to zero? Technically they're not going to zero, but it feels like it, right? That's usually a good sign to be jumping into your favorite coins. Again, I don't recommend jumping into just anything. If there's been coins that you have on your radar, or your friends, maybe it's their highest conviction coin, or whether mine, other YouTubers, another person on Twitter's, like, wherever you can build that conviction in something. And again, obviously through yourself, building that conviction yourself is the most important, right? But it's very important to do that, because I swear that's how most people are going to win very big in this cycle. Just sticking by a few coins, riding those out as high as they can go. Again, not to try and time the top, but just riding it out with size, versus spreading yourself too thin, and, trying to catch an 100x on 20 different coins, So that's how I look at it. You know, we still got Bitcoin, crypto, search terms are not anything like they were in previous cycles. You know, we did have a nice push back in March here. Everything was pretty high, but, you know, I'm pretty sure anyone and everyone was expecting a lot higher from them. But, you know, at least I think going forward in this cycle, if we do see a break of the interest chart, if you want to call it, that's probably going to be a very good sign to start thinking about potentially cashing out, or just, you know, being very weary going forward, because we just don't know where this cycle is going to top out. You know, a lot of people are thinking that now we are actually in that 2019-2020 range of price. If you look at the previous cycle, how we, you know, we had a run from, I think it was, I don't know if it was early 2019, we ran up all the way, then the COVID crash, and then we started running back up from the COVID crash, and then the Bitcoin halving happened, and then major price run. You know, a little different right now, but it seems like from the halving, a couple months after halving, have a huge dump, which again, very similar to, oh no, I'm sorry, it was actually different in that sense, but either way, you know, Bitcoin halving crashed after a couple months, and I still think we're looking fairly bullish going forward. So outside of that, guys, it's going to be very important to build that conviction and to continue to add when it feels gross in your stomach. So in the next video, in the next day, couple days, I'm going to throw a lot of gems out, a lot of different projects that are up and coming, and a lot of coins that are already out that you can buy that I think have a lot of potential. And I'm not going to really cover meme coins right now, because I feel like most of my meme coin videos, or most of my videos in the last couple months, have been meme coins. You know, if you're up to date with my channel, my top conviction coins going forward are Mog, Retardio, and Mumu for large cap meme coins, or larger cap. You know, and personally, I don't plan on changing that, even though Retardio is down significantly now. But, you know, it is what it is. But that's what conviction is, guys. You know, I continue to add to it, even though it's down 70% from its high, or 75%, whatever. You know, so it's like I'm basically living what I preach. You know, I continue to add and add and add on massive dips. Same with Mog, Retardio. And I'm going to continue to add, you know, to my top conviction plays on, you know, each narrative. So outside of that, that's what I got for you guys. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.